Did you know that Pinocchio is an Italian story? Well, how could it not be with names like Pinocchio and Geppetto? The first part of this story, written by Carlo Collodi, was first published in a children's newspaper in 1881, Giornale per Bambini, and instalments continued until it was finally ended in January of 1883. Then it was collected together into a novel, which is the story we know today. Or maybe not. More on that later. The title was Le avventure di Pinocchio, storia di un burattino. Burattino meaning puppet. My first introduction to this story was the Disney cartoon version, and this, which I've had since I was very young. It's a very truncated version of the story, and I reckon it's actually a version that was printed in Italian as well. Why? Because this illustration here has a cat with a sign. The sign says cieca, which is blind in Italian. However, by the time this video comes out, I hope to have read the complete story in Italian. I'm about 10% in at the moment. I downloaded it from Project Gutenberg for my Kindle, and you can get your own free copy if you wish. I'll link the page down below. There is a bit of carpentry-specific language at the beginning that you'll probably have to look up, and there are some words that don't come up in my Kindle dictionary at all. I suspect that's because it's outmoded language, but you don't need those words to understand what's happening. The story reads very much like it's for kids, and more than that, meant to be read out loud to kids. Try reading it out loud, and it's difficult to avoid using that storytelling tone. At some points, the style even reminds me a little of a British pantomime. But what else can we find out about this book? Well, I found this website, Naturart, which gives a lot more information on the publication, including that Carlo Collodi was a pseudonym. The author's true name was Carlo Lorenzini. It also tells of an original ending, not liked by readers, which was rewritten by the author, plus many other interesting facts. It's linked below for you to read the full article and find out the missing pieces of this story's history. Yes, part of the point of this video is to get you reading interesting things in Italian. And finally, I have an article by Wired in Italian about the recent film of Pinocchio by Guillermo del Toro, which I haven't seen and is decisamente non per bambini. Looking at their description of the updated story, I can see why they say that. You can also read this for yourself below too, to find out why this is if you don't know already, but it definitely sounds like an interesting take. Kind of in the way people keep reinventing Shakespeare plays with different settings. A presto!